Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk. We're doing our pick'ems for this week. We're going to be predicting our predictions for Week 10 of this NFL season. What are our thoughts? And I will give you our who do we think is going to win each game. This past week, Week 9, me, AJ, and Vince all tied. I think it was 9-4, right? It was
Yes,
yes.
sir.
9-4. We were all tied. We all one of our losses was we all thought the Bills were going to win, but nobody predicted that the Jets would upset them like that. So we could have been 10-3, all of us, but then they let us down, unfortunately. Really, really unfortunate. But going into this week, I think there's a lot of pretty close games. But right now, I'm trying to figure out which ones are going to be the upsets because we know not all these games are going to go how we think. So, Vincent, what are your thoughts going into this next week for our picking games?
I think there are a lot of easy matchups to pick, but just like last week with the Bills and the Jets, and shoot, even the Packers and the Lions, those were two
Yep.
games that I think we all chose the same, and we were just wrong. It wasn't like a game that was a total demolishment, but they were games that were down to the wire. So there could be some games like that this week. Maybe the Colts and Raiders game. You never know. They're two stinky teams. The Saints and Steelers. The Steelers aren't playing that bad, but the Saints aren't playing very very good either. So there's a lot of games out there. I could name all of them honestly because the NFL is so evenly matched for a lot of these matchups. So it's very exciting. We'll see what happens.
For sure, for sure. I like it. All right, we're gonna get right on into it. Very first game that we're gonna pick is gonna be Broncos versus the Titans in Tennessee. For me, I've got the Titans here. Beginning of the season, I bet against them too much, and I'm not gonna do it anymore. And then the Broncos, I just don't like them at all.
Yeah, man. I think I could see the Broncos possibly getting a win here. Maybe they have been playing a little bit better. Russell Wilson is looking decent now. I'm not saying
Okay.
he's going to say he's going to look great, but I think the Titans are just rolling. I think they've won 5 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to ride with the hot team. I'm going with Titans.
All right. I like it. All right, the next game is going to be Jags versus the Kansas City Chiefs in the Chiefs Kingdom. I cannot pick against the Chiefs. I'm going to have to go to the Chiefs here.
Yeah, man, I think I'm going Chiefs as well. ETN, I mean, should have rode with him last week. I chose against him, but I think this week is a safe bet to choose against them, so I'm going Chiefs.
I like it. I like it. All right, Chiefs. Next game, Browns in Miami against the Dolphins. Dolphins are looking red hot. That offense is just so unstoppable. Their defense is not looking that great, in my opinion. But I think that offense is just too high powered. It's got too many. They're rolling on all cylinders, really. So I'm gonna have to go with the Dolphins here. I think it's an easy home victory for them.
Yeah, man, I think AJ would be proud to say that the Miami Dolphins are turning into the 49ers with using the double-headed running back or triple-headed running back with Wilson and Mostert. So I just think, just like you said, they're running on all cylinders. I think I'm going Dolphins here as well. I don't
All
like the
right.
Browns.
All right, we're in agreement so far. This next game is going to be Colts versus Raiders. For me, I so right now both of these teams do not have a head coach. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, as of this moment, yes.
They the Colts do have a interim head coach with Jeff Saturday, who they just appointed this year, this week, and then the Raiders just fired their head coach. As far as right now, we do not have an interim head coach. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, man, we are recording this a day in
On
advance, and
yes,
we do not have that right now.
yes, but whoever they choose, it's not going to make us feel very good about the Raiders, anyways. So this is a very weird game that at this point, I think anybody could win. Like 3 hours ago, I thought the Raiders had this thing in the bag. Now I'm still gonna go Raiders. I'm gonna stick with my guns because I think they have a better overall team. But right now, I think the Colts could win this also.
Yeah, man, I would definitely say that Devontae Adams and Derek Carr were clicking last week, and of course they have Josh Jacobs who can burst at any moment. But my hopes are seeing that maybe Jonathan Taylor is going to play and having Jeff Saturday, who was a lineman back with the Colts a long time ago, or not that long ago, but
Mm-hmm.
feels like a long time ago. But I think Jeff Saturday might get the run going. I think he's going to be that coach to focus on running the ball down the Raiders' throat. And it is over there in Las Vegas, so it's going to be pretty rowdy in that nice stadium that they have there. But I think the Colts can pull an upset. I'm going Colts.
All right. Vincent's going Colts. I'm going to Raiders. I'm going to keep it like this for just for purposes, but we're split right here, all right?
Yeah.
All right. Texans versus Giants. In my opinion, I think the Giants are a really good team. They just stumbled this past week, if I remember correctly. But I think they're a very good team. But I'm actually calling this an upset. I'm going Texans here. I think Texans are going to get the upset. I think their Texans are a bad team. But sometimes good teams, they just come into a week not ready and thinking this team's is trash. They're not going to beat us. We're fine. And they get an upset. I think the Texans go into New York and get an upset. So I'm picking Texans here.
Ooh, well, Reed, you might have something going there. Damian Pierce is playing very well, and there have been rumors already that what's his name, the receiver Brandon Cooks, is practicing in full participation. So after the trade deadline, he was like, you know what, I guess I'll practice. So maybe the Texans have a chance here, but I think from what I saw from the Giants, I still think they're a good team, and I think they can get the dub here. So I'm going Giants.
All right, Vince is going Giants. I think I might just do the equal for these that we're split on,
Oh
just so
yeah,
we can
that's true.
remember. But this Nets game, we're split on this one. Saints versus Steelers. In my opinion, I think this is a game that anybody can win. I like. I don't know who I really like here, honestly. But in my opinion, I'm going to go with the Steelers just because I believe that the Steelers are the old that they could still be. So I'm going Steelers.
Oof, man, I want to go Steelers because Najee has not been playing that bad. But I think I'm gonna go Saints here. I just
All
think
right.
they have the better team right now, and Kamara has been playing decently well, so I think they ride with him.
All right, I'm going Steelers. Vince is going Saints. So we'll put an equal sign that we're divided here. This is an interesting game because both of these teams are very, very good. The Vikings going to Buffalo. I think Buffalo has the advantage here, just being at home. They did lose this past week, so they're sitting at 6-2, I believe. And while the Vikings are 7-1, so the Vikings technically should be the favorites here. But this is Buffalo. I'm not going to pick against them. I've been picking against the Vikings all year, and I'm not gonna change up things now. So I'm going to go with Buffalo winning this game.
Yeah, man, these are both divisional leaders. Vikings are 7-1, and just like you said, the Bills are 6-2. So this is going to be a high-powered offensive game. Now, the thing that determines this for me is if Josh Allen is going to be healthy. He does
That's
have
true.
that UCL sprain on his elbow, his throwing arm. I don't think it affects him too much because he was throwing bombs throughout the last game when he injured it already. So I think I'm going to go Bills too. I just think they have too much firepower, and if Josh Allen does have some discomfort there, I think they can run it with Singletary and they'll be just fine.
Yeah. Even if Josh Allen doesn't play, I think they can put Case Keenum in there, who is their backup quarterback, and they can do enough to win a game against the Vikings. I've said it all year long. Vikings are not that good. All right, guys, they are not that good. Do not get overhyped on this team. This next week this next game we got Chargers versus San Francisco Niners in San Fran. I got the Niners here. I'm not a big fan of the Chargers. I know they're like a decent team, but I like the San Fran 49ers too much.
Yeah, man, Chargers are still probably going to be without Mike Williams, and Keenan Allen is questionable, but I think that he will not play again. I didn't see enough with the Chargers last week with Carter and I believe Palmer is his last name. I didn't see enough from them. I don't think that even Eckler can carry them over a win with this high-powered offense now that the San Francisco 49ers have with McCaffrey. And hopefully Debo comes back too. So for fantasy purposes, that would be good. But I think San Francisco wins here. AJ will probably be happy about this that we all chose the Niners.
Yep. I imagine if AJ was here, he would go Chargers. So AJ, AJ. But this next game, moving on, we got Falcons going into Carolina. This is a stinky game, also. Panthers. It just looks like they sold away the season. They've given up, and yeah, they're just done with it. And the Falcons, they have surprised us some games here. So I'm gonna go Falcons here. I just like what they have going on more.
Oof, yeah, I think with the return of Patterson, him and Algier are doing great on the ground. Marcus Mariota has gotten some relief, so he doesn't have to throw the ball too much. Uh, but the Panthers also have Chuba Hubbard practicing as well. He had a full practice on Tuesday, so that's some good news. But I didn't like what I saw last week from him. They got down early and they just quit. So they did have Baker Mayfield play, but PJ Walker is the starter again. So I think I'm going to go Falcons here with you, Reed. I think the Falcons have a better chance.
All right, we're going Falcons here. This next game, NFC North matchup, Lions going to Chicago. Hopefully they're safe over there. It's crazy there in Chicago. But in my opinion, the Bears are rolling all cylinders. Justin Fields is looking like a real quarterback right now. The offense looks very very good. But I don't think they're gonna be able to continue this for forever. In my opinion, the Bears. But unfortunately for them, the Detroit Lions are a terrible team. How did they beat the Packers last week? I have no idea. They are one of the worst defenses in history. History. That's not even joking. Statistically, they before they played the Packers, they were allowing 31 points per game. That's insane.
Yes.
So one of the worst teams ever versus the Chicago Bears. I'm gonna have to go Chicago Bears here, but I do not think the Bears are gonna last forever, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. Justin Fields has been playing well. I'm going to go Chicago here. They almost beat the Dolphins last week. So I think they can definitely beat the Lions this week. Going Bears.
All right, next game, Seattle going to Tampa Bay. Vincent, take it from here, the Seattle expert.
Ooh, man, and it's not in Tampa Bay. It's in Munich, Germany at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh,
So yeah,
wow.
that's 8:30
That's wrong.
Central Time. So if you are in the Eastern or Western hemisphere, it will be different for you, whether it's Pacific Time or whatever like that. But it will be an early game for everybody. But it should be a very, very good game. We do have one player who is a linebacker. He is from Germany, so he's going to get to play at home for his family, which is very cool. But right now, we are one of the best defenses in the past 4 weeks. I've sent it to y'all in the chat, and you guys ignore it because because it was something that was never supposed to happen this season. But I think with that and the way that Tom Brady has not performed and Leonard Fournette, and I believe I know his last name is White, the other running back there, they are splitting carries. The Buccaneers don't really know who their stars are right now. I think we take advantage of that. We force a few turnovers just like we have been. We get a couple sacks on Brady and frustrate him. And hopefully, I think the Seahawks are going to win here, but it will be a tight game in Germany. So, you Germany fans out there that are watching our podcast, I hope you're going to the game or you're going to watch it because it should be a good one. Going Seahawks.
You're going to Seahawks. All right. I will say first, this man is out of control. The Seahawks are winning, and he is going crazy. He's out of control. He doesn't know how to handle himself. I'm getting real tired of it. Seahawks need to start losing. But for the sake of my record, I'm gonna have to go Seahawks here. The Buccaneers look terrible. The Seahawks are firing on all cylinders. Hopefully they mess up sooner or later, but not gonna mess up against the Buccaneers. I hate it here. All right, next game we got a NFC West matchup: Cardinals versus Rams. Both of these teams, the Cardinals are about where I thought they would be, in my opinion, but the Rams, I am very surprised with how they've been doing all year. I'm gonna have to go Cardinals here. Actually, I don't think the Rams get a home win, in my opinion. So I'm going Cardinals.
Yeah, man, it was just sent out there by I think Myra, one of those analysts that you follow, Reed. That Matthew Stafford is in concussion protocol as of Wednesday. So that is something to look at. Just because of that and his possibility of not playing or being a game time decision, I am going to go with the Cardinals here. I think Hopkins as well as James Conner are going to be very effective against that defense because the LA defense isn't all it this year. We haven't heard anything about Aaron Donald. We haven't heard much about Von Miller. They do make impacts here and there, but they're not the same defense anymore. So I'm going Cardinals. I think they take advantage of this, and I think they win an away game and steal it from the Rams.
I like it. Yeah, you don't really hear much from Von Miller on the Rams because he's on the Bills right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But you're all good, dude. But next game, Cowboys versus Packers. This is a game that I was really excited about going into the season, and now I am not looking forward to it. It is looking like how the Packers are playing. It is looking like the Cowboys are going to come into Lambeau and destroy them, but I will not give up on my team. I got the Packers here. We will upset the Cowboys, and we will get a win in Lambeau, all right?
Oh, Reed. I feel for you, my friend. I feel for you. But just for the sake of record and me wanting to catch up to AJ,
Don't do it.
I'm gonna have to go with them boys, Reed.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
sorry, got to make it an equal sign here, but I think the Cowboys are firing right now. Dak Prescott and Dalton Schultz are doing well, as well as CeeDee Lamb. And Ezekiel Elliott and Pollard are splitting pretty well there. So I think their offense comes in, and I'm sorry to say it, but I think they might run all over you. I'm hoping for a good game, but I think it's going to be a pretty bad one for you.
Oh no, Mike McCarthy is going to be too emotional coming back to Lambeau. He's going to be crying. He's not going to be focused, and the Cowboys are just going to fall apart. All right, that's my prediction. Happy Mike McCarthy is finally coming back. I want to say that real quick. I'm really excited about it, but he's got to. He can't win. He can't. No. All right, last
I hope he
game.
doesn't.
Yeah, last game, Monday night, Commanders versus Eagles. It's an NFC East matchup, and I think Eagles have got this in the bag. Commanders have been looking very good ever since they made that, or ever since Carson Wentz got hurt and they made that switch to Heineke. But I don't think they beat the Eagles, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, the Eagles are hot right now. They did have some scares going against the Texans last week, but they pulled out the win. They took it away in the second half. Hopefully that doesn't happen again this week for fantasy purposes, because some of us need Jalen Hurts to do really well, and that's me. But I'm hoping the Eagles beat the heck out of the Commanders here. I think it's a very, very high spread in this game. The Eagles are probably favored by like 10 points or something. Not saying that I would take that spread, but I think the Eagles could possibly win by a lot here. Going Eagles on Monday night.
All right, I like it. All right, just to recap really quickly through the games, both me and Vince have the Titans. We both have the Chiefs. We both have the Dolphins. I've got the Raiders. Vince has got the Colts. I got the Texans. Vince has got the Giants. I got the Steelers. Vince has got the Saints. We both have the Bills. We both have the Niners, Falcons, Bears, Seahawks, Cardinals. We're all in agreement. And then we're disagreeing on this Cowboy Packer game. I think Vincent's wrong here, but whatever. And then we both think the Eagles are going to win. So those are our picks for this week. Let us know down in the comments what you guys would change up. AJ's going to put down all of his picks in the comments, and he's not going to cheat this time. He's not going to cheat this time. I'm calling you out, AJ. You got to put them all in there. You can't just say I had a bet with somebody. All right, we're calling you out. But yeah, let us know down in the comments what you guys think. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Follow us on TikTok. I just released a TikTok 2 days ago now, and it was a really good one. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys bump up those numbers, maybe there's more to come. All right, maybe no promises right now. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Keep on grinding.